Hey there, Human Garage. Andrea Reed here from Oklahoma. And today we're going to do the lower body reset, head, face, and neck, and the organ reset. Here we go. So starting with the lower body, we are going to reset the hips and doing the hip release. So you can do this on your bed, on the floor, on a treatment table. I've seen people do this in the car too. So you're gonna lay on your table or on the floor or on your mat with your knees bent and your feet are gonna be flat on the floor. Take your right leg, cross it over your left knee, and you're gonna reach up and grab your ankles. Now, the first time I did this, it was challenging for me to grab my ankles. I started with my shins. So go where you can reach and get that connection. If you need to grab at the knees, if you need to grab at the shins, or if you need to grab at the ankles. And we're going to breathe together, pulling the knees towards the head and the head towards the knees, slowly turning your head to the right. 6 in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Great. Slowly lower the head and feet to the table, uncross your legs. And then you could turn to your side to push yourself up. And we're going to work on the knee torque now. So releasing the knees doesn't just release the knees. We know that it can also affect all the areas of the body. So we're going to get on the skin on the knees. And ideally, you're able to sit with your feet flat on the ground. Another way you can do it, if you do one at a time, you could even just sit with one foot up. But I'm sitting on the table with my feet dangling right now. And you're going to take the palms of your hands and place them on your knees. And you're going to rotate to a thumbs up. So this is an external rotation. So grabbing the skin, grabbing the fascia, connecting with the system, twisting and rotating the skin around the knees, the fascia around the knees outward. Or twist and hold. If you can hold this for a minute, that's great. We're going to breathe together for that. You can hold this for up to 3 minutes and get amazing releases just from this simple hold. So I already am feeling my right hip, some tension rise up and start to release. So let's breathe together 6 times, in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2. Drop the shoulders. 3. Pull in that spinal pelvic lock. 4. 5. And 6. You can even play with moving around while you're holding that and actually feel that traveling down into my ankles. So it's an invitation to be aware of what's undoing in the body, what's releasing in the body as you're doing that hold. When you're ready, you can let that go and stand up. Just have a little walk around. Just notice where you notice tension in the body. We're going to release the shin, calf, and hamstring next. And we're going to start with the right side, with the right leg. So remember, we just took note of maybe where we felt tension in the body. I've got more tension coming up on the right hip right now. So we can assess after we do each side. So go ahead and keeping your left leg straight, bend your right knee, putting your right foot flat on the table or on the floor. Interlock your fingers and place them just above the ankle on the shin. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be pulling the skin up, pulling the fascia up, and it's going to release all the fascia on the top of the foot. So ankle, top of the foot here. If you feel like a burning or a sensation or heat, it's perfectly normal. So engaging with that, pulling up, lean back, gives you a little bit more leverage if you can. Arms are straight, pulling that skin back, and let's breathe together in through the mouth, out through the mouth as we move the foot around. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. You can point and flex the toe. 5. Ooh, there we go. And 6. I'm getting the most release over the top of the foot and ankle by pointing my toes. So just see what it's different for everybody, what you notice. And as we're breathing and moving the ankle, you can also move the whole leg around and just play with it. See what gets you the biggest release, where the greatest lines of tension are. You can even hold into the lines of tension as you're doing that. Okay. So putting that foot down, we're going to do similar principle, but on the back of the leg. And what this is going to do is release the fascia around the ankle. It's going to release into the Achilles tendon, into the heel, maybe even into the bottom of the foot. I felt it before there. Similar principle, interlocking the fingers, placing them just above the ankle on the calf, getting your grip on there, leaning back, get a grip, leaning back, pulling the skin back towards the knee, straightening the arms. You can get more leverage this way. And we're going to do 6 breaths. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Just take note of where you felt that stretch, that pull. This actually, tonight it actually released along the sides of my ankles. Normally it's top and bottom. Getting into the hamstrings, we're now going to release the fascia from the knee by getting fingers interlocked underneath the knee and a little bit above the knee on the hamstring. Straighten the leg, straighten the arm, pull that skin back towards your hip and breathe as you move. Breathe in. 2, 3. Wow. 4, 5, and 6. Slowly release. We're going to stand up now and walk around to integrate. We're also going to take note of how does it feel on the right side compared to the left. So when I stand up, I actually noticed a hip release at the end of that last round. And it's still a little bit clicky, but what's interesting is my whole right arm side is actually, everything is kind of flowing on this whole side right now. So we're going to balance our sides and do the left side. So shin, calf, and hamstring release on the left leg. Interlocking your fingers just above the ankle on the shin. We're going to straighten the right leg. Left leg is bent at the knee with the left foot flat on the floor on the table. Interlock your fingers over the shin, pull the skin, pull the fascia up towards the knee, lean back, lift the foot off the table, and we're going to stretch the foot out and breathe. Pointing and flexing. 3. Moving the leg around. 4, 5, and 6. Woo, that side was tighter for some reason. Okay. Notice if one side feels tighter than the other on you. So to release the calf, releasing the, again, the fascia on the underside and the Achilles, we're going to interlock fingers just above the ankle on the calf, pulling the skin back towards the knee, pulling the leg up and breathe. 2, roll that ankle around. 3, Going to flex, 4. Just find what works for you. 5 and 6. Okay. And further up the leg onto the hamstring. Interlock your fingers above the knee, just on the hamstring, leaning back. We're going to lift the whole leg off the table, pulling that skin, pulling that fascia back towards the hip, and breathe as we move. Breathe in. Woo. 2, 3. Find that line of tension that works for you. 4, 5, and 6. When you find a spot like I just did that you want to spend a little bit more time on, I'm getting some rotation actually in at the hip and pulling back. It's running all the way down the inside of my knee. I'm going to do a few more breaths into that. Wow. Good stuff. Okay. Bringing the leg back down to the table. Now, when we walk, let's just assess and see, do you feel more balanced from left side to right side? So that stuff releasing in my knees. This is great. So walk around. Walking helps the body assess. Now, where am I in time and space without the stress in my body? Seeing how it feels. Okay. Let's work on the ankles directly. So ankle torque with your, it's interesting. I'm having all kinds of releases, heat releases out of my legs. So right leg straight, flat on the table, left leg, cross it over your right knee, and we're going to grab the left ankle with your right hand just above the ankle. You're going to grab just above that right hand with your left hand, and you're going to rotate the right hand away from you, left hand towards you. See where you feel that when you do that. That went immediately into my lower back. That's amazing. And let's just breathe together. Breathe in. 2. You can move if you want. 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a really personal practice. And as you feel that your body wants to move in a certain way, then you move in a certain way. We're going to switch directions now. Bringing the right hand towards you, left hand away from you. And 6 breaths. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Whew. Let's get up and just check how that feels on each side. Definitely more heat on the left side for me. Okay. Right ankle release. Left leg is straight. Right ankle crosses over left knee. Take your left hand, place it directly above your right ankle, right hand directly above your left hand. Twist the skin away from you with your left hand, twist the skin towards you with your right hand, and let's breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Change direction, pulling the skin towards you with the left hand, twisting the skin away from you with the right hand, and breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. My left side and my right side are definitely operating differently today. Let's take a little walk to integrate that. Check in with how you're feeling. So Now that we've done lower body, hips, knees, ankles, legs, shins, calves, hamstrings, we're going to work on the head, face, and neck. So the first one we're going to start with, fascial maneuvers for the head, face, and neck, is peekaboo. And this one we only do on one side due to the nature of how the fascia rotates around the head and neck. So often people will have one cheek further out than the other or one eye higher than the other. And these fascial maneuvers actually help bring symmetry to the face. Kind of cool. So taking your right hand, you're going to place it on your left trap and you're going to pull the skin towards your head. Turning your head to the right, you're going to push your ear and your cheek against that right arm, locking that in place. Taking your left hand, palm of your left hand, you're going to place it just under your eye on your cheek, your cheekbone, and you're going to push the skin up towards the left ear. So we're angling it, we're not going across, we're not going straight up, we're going diagonally up at an angle. So pull that skin with the right hand, push that skin with the left hand, turn your head to the right, slowly come into a squat, rotate to the left, and let's breathe 3 times, in through the mouth, out through the mouth, breathe in. Final pelvic lock in, 2, 3. In through the nose, out through the mouth, breathe in. 2 and 3. Slowly come back up, come to center. And release. Let's take a walk. Often I notice a lot of heat releasing. When I work on the head and the face and the neck, I can feel a lot of heat coming up. Okay. Next one is antler twist. So let me show you before we do this. With antler twist, you're going to take the palms of your hands and you're going to place them at your temples. So we're going to be rotating, counter rotating the sphenoid. So taking the palm of your right hand, you're going to place it on, so you're the video is opposite. So you're going to be taking right side with your fingers facing back. You're going to take left side with your fingers facing forward. So we're going to be like this. And then when we have our hands placed like this, palms on the temples, we're going to squeeze, we're going to press in. Okay. So get your hand placement there first. Press the hands in, squeeze the head. Now we're going to rotate so our fingers are pointing up. It looks kind of funny, like you're squishing our face. Bring the fingers up so they're facing up. If you lose your grip, you can just reset. Rest the fingers down, interlock them if you can, or just rest them on the head or forehead. And let's go ahead and breathe in through the nose. Breathe in. Turn and look to the right. Exhale back to center. Breathe in through the nose. Rotate to the left. Exhale back to center. Breathe in through the nose. Looking up. Exhale, come down into a squat. Breathe in through the nose. Rotate, look up to the right. Exhale down. Breathe in through the nose. Rotate, look to the left. Exhale down. Breathe in. Slowly coming up. Exhale and release. Wow. That's a great one that helps with headaches, head tension, neck tension, back of the head, vision, eyes. Think all of this area, all of this function. Okay. Sometimes you can feel a lot of emotions coming up during that, especially if there is unresolved birth trauma or concussions or head injuries. This area is very sensitive, can hold memory of those experiences. And so as we do the fascial maneuvers, that can actually help release.
those old hurts. So let's do getting cheeky next. So we're going to go from the principles of rotation, counter rotation on the sphenoid on the temples, and we're going to apply those to the TMJ. So we're going to work on the jaw, taking the right hand, and again, I might be mirrored in this video. So taking the right hand, placing it on the jaw with your fingers pointing back. So the pads of your fingers are going to go on the jaw bone, pointing backwards. Left hand fingers pointing forwards. Okay. And you're going to press in. If at any time during this, you're like my face can sometimes feel greasy or oily, or if you have lotion, moisturizer, if you lose your grip, it's totally fine. You can just reset. Some people use gloves if you have cloth gloves, or like I have washcloths in here or Kleenex, and you can do that too if you need to get a better grip so you don't slip, because you want to get that rotation in on the fascia. We want to be twisting, torquing the fascia, okay, with our fingers. Fingers on the right hand pointing back, fingers on the left hand pointing forward. Same principle as antler twist. I'm going to press in and rotate. So your fingers are pressing up. Breathe in through the nose. Slowly look to the right. Exhale forward. Breathe in. Look left. Exhale forward. Breathe in and look up. You can open and close the jaw 3 times. Exhale, come into a squat. Breathe in. Rotate rotate right. Exhale forward. Breathe in. Rotate left. Exhale forward. Breathe in. Slowly coming up. Exhale. And just open and close the jaw a few times here. As you're moving around and breathing, you can also rotate your body either way. And get that tension out, and you can look up and open the mouth and close the mouth. Ah, there we go. And then release. Okay, that was getting cheeky. So up next, we have vagus nerve release. Oh my goodness, lots of heat coming off my body. How about you? Right now, I feel lots of heat coming up. So vagus nerve release, this is extremely powerful. The vagus nerve, of course, helps us with being in sympathetic tone, parasympathetic tone. So that is our rest and digest. So when the vagus nerve is constricted, we can feel stress in our bodies even if there's no stress around us. So we want to make sure that that's released and functioning really well. It helps with our digestion. All of our functions. Think of all the core functions in here, in this area, okay? So for the vagus nerve reset, release, we're going to do both sides. So starting with your right hand, you're going to place your right hand on the left trap, and you're going to press in. You can even go to the kind of the top of the trapezius, press in and twist, and pull that skin away from your head this time. We're going to take the left hand on the left cheek, and we're going to be pushing in that diagonal direction. The idea is that you're creating as much space. Think about making as much space between your ear and your shoulder. So this line here, we're going to create as much space as possible. So right hand is on the left trap, press in, twist, pull it away from the head. Left hand is on the cheek, pushing the cheek diagonally up towards the left ear. Slowly come into a squat, pulling your pelvic, spinal pelvic lock, and we're gonna rotate. So head is going to the right, body is going to the left, coming into a squat, and let's breathe 6 times in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slowly come back up. I'm going to stand a little bit further back so you can see this better on the next one. Take a little walk, see how that feels. Whew. So vagus nerve release on the other side, taking the left hand, placing it on the right trap. press, twist, and pull that skin away from the head. Take your right hand on your right cheek. You're going to press and turn it away from you. Feet or shoulder width apart, point in your spinal pelvic block. Turn your head to the left, body to the right. Come into a squat and let's breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slowly come on up. Take a walk. I'm going to flip my fan on because it's getting warm in here. Okay. Check in with your body, see how you feel. Do you notice your mind is quieter? Do you notice that your body feels more relaxed? What do you notice? So up next is sinus release. Taking your left hand, you're going to place it on the right side of the nose. We're going to be right on the sinuses on the opposite side. Pin that fascia on that side. Taking your right hand on the cheek, and we're going to push that away. Again, that diagonal, upward, outward, coming into a squat, spinal pelvic block pulled in. Turn your, let's see, doing head one direction, body to the left, and let's breathe. In through the nose on the side that's not pinned. Out through the mouth. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Slowly come up. Sounds like a mouthful when I've got my hands on my face. Check in and see which side you can breathe better on. Since we've pinned and released. You know what? I did that one wrong, and I had a feeling when I did it. So let's try it again together. It's like, why do I not feel the results that I normally feel from that? Okay, so that's how you don't do it. Let's try it again. Take that left hand, pin the fascia on the side of the nose. So you're on the side of the right nostril. Pinning that down. Take your right hand, and you're going to push that up away. Turn your head to the left, body to the right, come into a squat and breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Slowly come up. That's different. That's different. So releasing the sinuses helps us oxygenate better. If you're a runner, it can help with doing this before and after a run, very, very much. Okay. Whew. Sinus release on the other side. How's everyone feeling? Good. Okay. Taking the right hand, pin it on the left side of the sinus. Take your left hand on the left cheek, pressing that away. Turn your head to the right, body to the left, come into a squat, pull in the spinal pelvic block and breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Slowly come up. Notice how you breathe differently. Okay. Last one for the head, face, and neck. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes is the double ear pull. So if your hands feel like you're sweaty, just dry them off. Often I'll use face cloths and I'll use them to get a better grip. So we're going to We're gonna grab on to the tops of the ears and we're gonna pull straight up. And there's just a ton of meridians around here that are gonna be releasing. It can be attachments down into the jaw area, back of the head. It can be emotion. There are emotional centers that are connected fascially with this area. So grabbing the tops of the ears, pull straight up, and we're going to move and breathe together. So pulling straight up. You can notice if one side is tighter than the other. Mine's the right side for sure. And let's breathe together in through the nose, out through the mouth while we move. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That gets better every time I do it. And let's walk. And we're walking. And we're walking. Okay. So we've done lower body. We've released head, neck, jaw, face, fascia. Let's do the organ reset next. And the organ reset to me is one of the most powerful resets we could do. And when we pair it with affirmations, because each of the organs can hold stored trauma based on what the emotion is associated with. So as we go through releasing each of the organs, we're also going to have an affirmation statement to say out loud. And when we speak words out loud, we are speaking vibration, intention out into the world. It may, if there's an inauthenticity that it may feel when you're speaking the words, like if you're like, I choose to release fear, or I choose to release this anger. And if there's resistance in saying those words, great, just notice that. Because setting an intention to want to release these things can actually help expedite the process, even if it may feel like it's impossible. Every little bit helps. So we're going to start with the ileocecal valve release. It's one of my favorites because if you've ever had a lot of right hip pain, but also digestive, bloating, constipation, that kind of stuff, diarrhea. This is where the ileocecal valve is on the right side, and it's about 2 inches over from the belly button, 1 to 2 inches down from that. And you can also find it diagonally between your hip and your belly button across. And what this valve is responsible for is it's that connection between the small intestine and large intestine. So, and your appendix is down there too, which is a huge part of your immune system. So the small intestine is responsible for absorbing the nutrition from the food that we eat and digest. And then it goes through the ileocecal valve with all the waste matter that is no longer needed. If that valve is blocked open, then waste matter can actually go back into the food and the waste can flow in different directions and they're not meant to. And that can cause diarrhea. There can be a cross-contamination of the bacteria. If the valve is locked closed, due to stress, trauma, shock, injury, anything like that, glyphosate, a lot of processed foods that can affect this area because the body's working harder to try and like get it out of the system, then people can experience bloating, pressure, tension, constipation. So things like that. Let's get this released, huh? Sounds good. So standing with your feet shoulder width apart, you're going to bring your fingertips to your belly button, moving the right hand over 2 inches to the right and about 1 inch down. And I like to find this tight spot. I actually haven't done this yet today, so it should be pretty tight after a couple of meals today. Still working on healing my gut. It's a journey. Once you find that tight spot, you're going to press in and twist with your right hand to give like a thumbs up. So you're pressing in and twisting, thumbs up. Take your left hand, place it on the trap. Woo! And I don't know if you could hear that, but my right hip just popped. So slowly turn your head to the left. Rotate your body to the right. And let's breathe together as we hold this. You can even lean back. Let's breathe together 3 times in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3. In through the nose. 2, 3. And say, thank you, body, for holding this grief. I'm ready to let go of this grief now. Okay, come back to center, release the hands, lower the arms, and let's walk to integrate that. See how you feel. That was ready to let go on me. I could feel that. That's also one that I like to do each morning when I wake up. I'll do both sides. Okay, up next. So when we were down here, we started lower right. Now we're going to go up to the gallbladder and liver. So the way that you find your gallbladder and your liver, which by the way, can hold the emotions of resentment and anger, you're going to start at your belly button and you're going to go just about 2 inches over to the right and a little bit up. It's different on everyone. If you think of your rib cage coming down at an angle, you're going to go over to the rib cage and then down to where you don't feel the ribs anymore. Or if you go 2 inches over and 2 inches down, you're actually just going to come up 2.5 inches. And on most of us, it'll be tight. My liver has needed a lot of help over the years. So you press in. If it's tender, you definitely have the right spot. Press in and twist to the thumbs up position. Place your left hand on your trap. Pull in your spinal pelvic lock. Feet are about shoulder width apart. Turn your head to the left, body to the right, and let's breathe 3 times in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3. And you can say the affirmation, I no longer want to hold this anger in my body anymore. I choose to let it go. And then you can say, I no longer want to hold this resentment in my body anymore. I choose to let it go. Now let's do 3 more breaths. In through the mouth, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3. In through the nose. 2, 3. Okay, come back to center. Keeping your right hand where it is. Slide directly across the body, over to the left side, right under the stomach, and you're going to pull the fascia over to the right. So you're going to pull that stomach over to the right, pulling in the spinal pelvic lock. We're working on the stomach now. Turn your head to the left, body to the right. 3 breaths in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3. Say, I believe in my body's ability to heal myself. I believe in myself. Slowly come back to center. I'm going to walk after this one. Walk with me if you like. This can help relieve stomach aches as well as bloating. This is a great one to do maybe an hour after eating, doing the organ reset, or right before bed, or right upon waking as our organs are detoxing while we're sleeping. Clickety click in my shoulders. So bringing in all that belief, releasing all that uncertainty. Let's go over to the valve of Houston, which is on the left side. So think of ileocecal valve on the right side. We're going to go to the belly button. This time we're going to go 2 inches over to the left, 2 inches down. Find that tight spot, press and twist the skin. Oof. And do that twice, so I can actually get that. If it's challenging for you to press and twist, you can do it directly on skin if you're somewhere private. You can also, I mean, you don't have to be private. I just prefer that. What you can also do is press in and pull just up. So I'm going to try and get a better grip on this. Press in, twist, and pull up. Okay, I'm going to turn my head to the left, body to the right. Pulling in that spinal pelvic lock, left hand on the trap, in through the nose, in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Breathe in. You can lean back if you need to. 2, 3. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3. You can say, I release the need to overthink to feel safe in my body. I'm ready to let that go now. Come back to center. The arms and hands drop. Doing the YMCA here. Often lots of hip work with the valves in here affect the psoas. Releasing there can release the hips. But then when I release the hips, I notice that in my shoulders too. So we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's work on the bladder. So to find your bladder, you're going to go to the pubic bone, and you're just going to go directly above that. And you press in. You lean back a little bit. The bladder will actually kind of pop out a little bit into your hand, not actually pop out, but you'll feel it more engaged in your hand. And you're going to press in, twist to the thumbs up if you want to. Otherwise, you can just pull up. Left hand on the trap. Breathe in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3. Say, thank you, bladder, for always trying to protect me. I no longer need this extra protection. I am replacing this fear with confidence. So we've got belief and confidence back. Isn't that a great day? And let that go. And let's walk. We're going to work on the kidneys next. So the kidneys are on the back, mid to lower back here. Your adrenals just sit there as well. So taking the right hand, we're going to go on the right side. Can be at nipple height, can be at bra line height, and just kind of grabbing on the rib cage on the side like that. Take your left hand, place it on the trap. We're going to lean to the left, turn your head to the right, and we're going to do 3 sharp breaths to activate the kidneys. And you may feel it tighter in that side, maybe even tighter down into the hips now that the kidneys are awake and activated. And we're going to breathe in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3. Say thank you, kidneys, for powering my emotions in this world. Slowly come up. Let's walk. Guess what's next? Left kidneys. So taking your left hand, grabbing it at rib height, grabbing onto the ribs, set the bra line. Take your right hand, place it on the trap. Lean to the right, turn your head to the left, pull in your spinal pelvic block, and let's activate that kidney. Breathe in through the mouth, out through the mouth, pulling in that spinal pelvic block again. Breathe in. 2, 3. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2 and 3. Say thank you, kidneys, for powering my emotions in this world. It's the powerhouse there with the adrenals. Come back up. And then keeping the left hand where it is, slide the thumb a little closer to the spine. And that's going to be, we're going to work on the spleen next. So standing with your feet shoulder width apart, pulling in your spinal pelvic block. Going to lean a little bit to the right. Look down at that left foot. Turn your head to the left and let's breathe 3 times in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Bring that chin down to your chest. Breathe in. 2, 3. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3. Say thank you, worry, for always trying to protect me. I no longer need to hold on to worry in my body. I'm ready to let this go now. Slowly come up. You can also say I'm replacing this worry with trust. Because then we have confidence, belief, and trust. Oh my. Let's walk. Okay. Check in with how you're feeling. We're going to do a thyroid release now. My toes are tingling. It's totally awesome. Everything's moving, right? When we work on one area of the body, the whole body is affected. So take your right hand, your thyroid, this is right in here. You're going to make a little C shape. You grab the skin on your throat. With your left hand, you grab the back of your throat, back of your neck. Pull the skin up a little bit. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe in through the mouth, out through the mouth. 3 times. Let's go. Breathe in. 2, 3. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3. Say, I feel safe to speak my truth. The truth aligned with my heart. And release that, let that go. So we've released all the organs here and on the side. Release the thyroid and the throat. And now we're going to do some brain-heart coherence. So releasing the throat is a beautiful thing to do right before doing the brain-heart. That's that channel in between the two. So take your right hand, place it on your heart center, left hand on your brain. Top of your head. You can close your eyes for this one if it feels comfortable to do so. And just check in. Can you feel your heart pulse? Can you feel a pulse in your head? And imagine a circle of light going from the left hand to the right hand in like a circle around from the brain to the heart. And then up behind you from the heart to the brain. And that energy slowly circling. And let's breathe in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2. 3. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2. 3. Say thank you, heart, for holding all this pain and trauma until I was ready to process it. I'm ready to let this go now. Say thank you, brain, for telling me all the stories. We're ready to follow the heart now. Another deep breath in. And let that go. And shake it out. And I hope you enjoyed that. I can feel like a tingling in my scalp. See what you notice. You can drop a comment with what you notice. And just know that that's available to you anytime you need it. If you're at a traffic light, on the couch, just need a moment to reset.